as I welcome you in. Well, I'll get to that in a second. It is the 25th of March, 2021. This show comes to you from the Baldwin Ace Hardware Fear Bunker Studio. Got a new intro. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Mighty Bob. The Eric Zane Show podcast begins now. Oh, shit. Okay, wait a minute. You know, my shit is not together today. Hang on. Oh, shit. This is embarrassing. We're going to start that all over. Show comes to you from the Baldwin Ace Hardware Fear Bunker Studio. The Eric Zane Show podcast begins now.
This is Bob from Grand Rapids, and you're listening to the Eric Zane Show podcast. If you're new to the show, this is a guy who will make you laugh and make you cry. Some days you'll want to hug him, and some days you'll want to punch him in the face. But most importantly, if you disagree with something he says, don't worry. He'll change his mind in a couple of days anyway. And now here he is, Eric Zane.
Thank you, Bob. 100% true. 100% true. 100% true. 100% true. This is my go-to attire. Every day now, apparently, I show up to work. And this is the same shirt I had on yesterday. This gives you an idea about... This is how it's been for me for the past 2 years and 2.5 months. Which, by the way, yesterday we blew right by show number 550. And I didn't say a damn thing about it. Today is 551. What the? So for this amount of time, since January 4th, 2019, that's when I got fired, I have been getting, I've been wearing this, basically just I wake up, whatever's on the floor, I put it on, I walk in here, hey, how you doing? That's me, get the dogs in here, do my chores, pack the lunches for the people who actually leave the house to go to work. It's like this job was set up for a pandemic. I was doing this for 1 year prior to the pandemic. Wow. And, as I remember looking back on that when the pandemic started to take hold in China. And if you were to go back and listen to these shows that did not age well, the Eric Zane Show podcast, I can promise you, I know this, there were several shows, kind of like what Bob just said there on the intro. Some days I was like, oh, no, there's this terrible pandemic, and I am very, very concerned about this. And then like a week later, I'd be like, this is all a hoax. It's all bullshit. It's not even a thing, man. And then another week goes by, and I'm like, oh, my God. Just remarkable. Holy crap. So here we sit. I've got some news I need to share with you because I started this show saying that the show comes to you from the Baldwin Ace Hardware Fear Bunker Studio. Baldwin Ace Hardware, this isn't an ad. This is a very, very serious story. Mike and Jennifer Gilmurray and another passenger in their car were very, very badly hurt and in a car accident. And they're okay. They do live. They broke their sternums. Okay? They were in Ohio, I believe near Findlay, Ohio. There was actually a news story. Let me get it here. Mike has been with me from like the very, very beginning, practically. A longtime fan of the Grand Rapids Griffins. Comes all the way down from Baldwin to check out the games, and that's where we kind of struck up a friendship. Yeah, this happened, from what Gilmurray says, they were driving down the road, and some lady pulled out in front of them, and there was no chance of avoiding it. It's like like Mike and Jennifer didn't even exist, and the lady pulled out right in front of them, and they, at high speed, 50, 60, 70 miles an hour, smashed right into the T-boned this lady. And unfortunately, she died. The lady who pulled out in front of the Gilmurrays was killed. A Mansfield woman was killed. 4 others were injured in a 3-vehicle crash on Ohio 15 near Vanlue on Sunday evening in Hancock County. Della, I cannot see this. Where are my glasses? Della Falur Dowdy, 69-year-old lady, was pronounced dead at Blanchard Valley Hospital in Findlay after the accident at 5:46 p.m. One of the other drivers, Jennifer Gilmurray, 46, of Baldwin, Michigan, along with her 3 passengers, Michael Gilmurray, her husband, 56, of Baldwin, Carson Dalton, 10, and Amelia Munsell, 4, both of Clarksville, Michigan, were all transported to the hospital with unknown injuries. The driver of the third vehicle, Trevor Smith, 31, of Olvada, was not injured. According to the sheriff's report, Falur Dowdy, the deceased, was southbound on Township Road 198 in a Chevy Equinox. She stopped for a stop sign at Ohio 15, then crossed over the westbound lanes of the highway. And that's when the Gilmurrays T-boned her. Just pulled right out in front of them. You know, it was one of those deals where I guess you come to a stop sign and there's a sign there. Those always scare the shit out of me, man. You got to be paying attention. The sign that says cross traffic does not stop. My God. Falur Dowdy's vehicle came to rest in the northwest corner of Ohio 15 and Township Road 198. Gilmurray's Jeep went off the road to the left, crossed the median. If you're familiar with like Chicago Drive here in the Grand Rapids area in West Michigan, that's what this description reminds me of. Where it collided with an eastbound Ford Escape being driven by Smith. Smith's vehicle spun in the roadway with the Jeep coming to rest in the ditch on the south side of the highway. Oh, man. Yeah, so talking to Mike yesterday, and there is not much you can do for a busted sternum. It just, I mean, you can't really put a cast on that. And but they live, and thank God for that. So in his recovery, he cannot lay down. Imagine that. They got him back home, and so now if he goes to sleep, he's got to lay like with his, like he's upright, you know, laying in like in an upright position in order to get any rest whatsoever. And it's just a horrible, horrible thing. So best wishes to you. This too shall pass. I'm so sorry, and I'm very sad for the deceased. I obviously don't know her, but that is a tragic loss. I thought about this after it happened. I go, you know, that is a perfect example of how in an instant everything can change, and you can have zero control about this because in a scenario like this where the lady she just pulled right out in front of him, there it was unavoidable. My God, it scares the shit out of me. I hate that. So best wishes to the Gilmurrays at Baldwin Ace Hardware. Okay, this show, as you know, is a daily podcast, Monday through Friday, where I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures. Okay? Boy, I feel really disgusted that I'm actually wearing the same clothes that I wore yesterday. So much so that I'm going to go change. You guys wait right here. I can't do this. Pedo fade. All right, where was I? You can follow this show on Facebook, facebook.com, brought to you by Irvine's Auto Repair Grand Rapids Hybrid. Please share. Sharing is caring. Twitter. Periscope video brought to you by Blue Frost IT. Retweeted with a snarky ass comment. Something rude, something mean, something that cuts to the quick. If you could tag at Chad Zumach on it, at CHADZUMOCK. That twat has now blocked me from Twitter. He is the biggest tough talker in the world, and I mean, more so than me. And now he is so butthurt at my fake war that I tried to create with him that he has actually blocked me. What a fucking child. All right. And then, of course, YouTube, the almighty YouTube, brought to you by F45 in Byron Center, Michigan, F45 training.com/Byron Center. Please subscribe to the page, hit the bell notification, and like it. Okay? And wherever you download podcasts, the audio is available wherever you want, basically. Just search me out, Eric Zane Show, wherever you download podcasts, or you can get it all at ericzaneshow.com. I prefer Apple Podcasts. But whatever you choose, CastBox, I don't know, Spotify, it's all there. Cannot miss it. Just got to type in my name, Eric Zane Show Podcast, or just Eric Zane Show, or just Eric Zane, and it will all show up, okay? What a day yesterday. I have currently one story that I cannot tell you on the podcast that I blue-balled you all this week about the NFK. And I'm going to continue to blue ball you about that. I am not going to tell that. But there's a couple other things that are going on right now. And since I'm keeping that story quiet, I am going to roll the dice and go out on a limb and talk about this, even though the Queen of the Forest kind of said, no, I don't want you to talk about that. Well, I'm gonna make an executive decision that because I don't know why we wouldn't, considering what we've been through. The Queen of the Forest is trying to give away a kidney. I mentioned this on the Patreon. I haven't mentioned this to you on this podcast. She's like, something struck me. Well, don't forget, her and I both tried to give one away to Jeffrey, which, by the way, I just heard from yesterday, and he got an A+++ rating from his doctor, and he's just crushing it, and that is just great, great news. Very, very happy about that. I feel great. I can't stress enough how I don't feel any different whatsoever. I mean, 100% recovery. That is insane to me. It's not even 4 months ago that they ripped that kidney out of me. And I can I forget that it even happened. It's been such a great recovery. So I'm very, very happy about that. So, initially we both signed up for this. And I remember back when when we first started this in May, I had said, she's going to give one away. I can promise you that. And then it kind of that was kind of, no one really talked about that. I didn't really mention it because we were talking about me. And so not long ago, she sees there's this, you see, a lot of times when people need a kidney, they have to do it on their own to try to get the word out there. You'll drive by, you see somebody, it'll be in the back of a car. It says, I need a kidney, or my child needs a kidney. Please call this number. Or there's this Facebook post. Well, she encountered a Facebook post. This sweet little kid, he's 7, and he's going to die. So he's on dialysis. Well, he's not going to die, but he's going to live a horrible life on dialysis. He's on dialysis right now. This kid's got kidney failure. So Queen of the Forest, she's all over it, man. She's like, we got to help that little boy. You can't get all the attention here, you jackass. We got to help that little boy. You're darn right we do. What are you going to do about it? So she's thinking about it. And I go, come on, man. It's no big deal. It's a camper ride. We'll jump in the camper. We'll go to wherever we got to go. Get you that surgery. It's like a vacation. No big deal. I'll take care of you. Okay. So, actually, I didn't have to twist her arm like that. She just did it on her own. She reaches out to Barnes Jewish. That's this hospital in St. Louis. Great, great hospital. And she's like, hey, so what's the story with this? And they it's very similar. It's virtually the exact same process as what your old pal Eric had done. So yesterday was the day because they send you this kit with 4 vials in it, and you go get a courtesy blood draw at your local hospital, and that was yesterday. We went out there. They take 4 vials. Well, actually, we walked into the hospital on Felch. The name of the street the hospital is on is Felch. For those of you who know serious sick sex terms, Felch is not a good thing. It's really crazy. Hey, where do you want to put the hospital? Let's throw it on Felch Street. God. If you don't know what that is, look it up. So we go to the hospital on Felch. And we walk in. The lady is there, and she's was crazy because she was. Nah, I'm not even gonna say that. I gotta be careful. Keep it above board, Eric. Come on, man. They order me back in the car. They go, all right, you can come in. You got to go back in the car. I go, all right, I go sit in the car. I go sit in the car. Diana gets a blood draw. Just before she's done getting the blood draw, I have to go tinkle. I got to go tinkle. You want a beer bong another third beer? I go back in. I go, can I use a potty? Yeah, it's right over there. Use a potty. Come out. Look out the window. Diana's at the car. And, that means the end of the world. If she's at the car and can't get in and I'm not in there, she doesn't know where I'm at. End of the world. I look at the phone, 30 missed calls. It was 1. I get outside. I wave. She doesn't wave back. She puts like both hands out like, asshole. You're an asshole. I'm like, I had to go tinkle. Oh, my God. Yeah, I just missed you. No big deal. You don't need to divorce me over this. What the hell? Come on, we got to go. We got to drop this off. Blood's in this styrofoam container, 4 vials. It's in a biohazard. Drop it in the FedEx thing. Rippy, sealy. Drop it in the thing. Good to go. In a few days, we'll hear from them. And I expect good news. This is huge. Okay? Because once they test the blood, and this is what you should all do. If you ever are considering donating a kidney, and that's a big ask, okay? Big ask, big gift. And I am not the guy to ever just sit there and say, do it. I'm just saying if it strikes you, I'm kind of just describing the scenario to you as to what you have to do. This is not a big deal, okay? Just getting a little bit of blood taken out, and then you get tested. That determines how much of a match you are. They're looking for antigen markers. There's 12. I had 6. 3 is good. 2 and 3 is good. I had 6 for Jeffrey. So that's happening right now. God willing, in 6 months' time, little fella will have a new kidney. That would be what, September? Little trip down to St. Louis. I've never been to St. Louis, Missouri. So keep your fingers crossed and an update. And do not tell the Queen of the Forest I told you this. She probably already knows. But don't say anything because I want to avoid a weekend of glaring looks and mean faces and just giving me the business. But I'm like, trust me, this is a great thing. Just let me talk about it. Okay, these people want to know these things about us. That's the life we live. We're in a fishbowl, for God's sake. That's what we signed up for, damn it. So okay. So that's what's going on. That's what happened yesterday. Otherwise, uneventful, terrific day of podcasting. And you need to know this. I did, in fact, get a YouTube ticket, 2 of them. It may be 3. I've so far only seen 2 YouTube tickets. But I rolled the dice, and I said, I got to do this. I am in the mood to sing the Marshall Tucker Band, Can't You See? You know, the one that starts out with the flute? One of the few bands that incorporated the flute into their music. How'd you like to be the guy in the rock band And your instrument of choice, you got like the guitar, the rhythm guitar, the lead guitar, the bass, the drums, the piano, the Hammond B3 organ, I don't know, tambourine. And when it comes to band hierarchy, tambourine guy, maracas, and bongos get more poontang than dude with flute. Ian Anderson from Jethro Tull and dude from the Marshall Tucker Band. Those are the only two that I know of that incorporated the flute into their rock music. I busted out Can't You See, and I absolutely crushed it. Oh, my gosh. It was great. It's better than the original. It was part of the Patreon yesterday. Now, some people who just have bad hearing may have said in that podcast that this was the worst thing that they'd ever heard in their entire lives. That it was absolutely horrible. There may have been some people with bad hearing who were putting the emoji of a head with fingers going into ears. There may have been threats to unsubscribe. There may have been threats to cancel the Patreon. But in my mind, those are people who just don't know great music because I crushed it. Oh, incredible. It was absolutely horrible. I'm sorry you had to put up with that. I don't know what got into me. I just felt like singing. Sometimes, isn't that a how can I keep from singing? Isn't that a hymn? I just felt like singing yesterday. All right. So, yeah, I got a YouTube ticket for it. Stevie says it was terrible. Terry says if it wasn't so bad, I wouldn't have reported it. Adam says crushed our eardrums. Amanda says flutes rock. Lizzo did it. Lizzo plays the flute? All right. Tyler, if by crushed it you mean made everyone's ears bleed, then yes, you crushed it. Now I can't even read. All right. Jason Schaefer says, I just looked up the term felch. Tyler says, did Diana remember the doctor's paperwork this time? Great story. Good recall. First time we did, and that's exactly what we were doing. The first time this happened, you're right. The Queen of the Forest just showed up, and she's like, "Okay, I'm ready." And I had all my kit ready to go, and they go, "Where's yours?" He goes, "I don't have it. I don't have anything." And I'm like, "How? What the fuck? I took care of mine. Why didn't you take care of yours?" She was so pissed at me, and I just kept my mouth shut. Adam loved my singing, by the way. Adam, thank you. Clearly a great musical ear right there. So, yeah, a couple of YouTube tickets. That's a bummer. All right. Today on this show, radio guy is in deep, deep trouble. Oh, man. Whew. Some dude got his last paycheck in pennies from a pissed off former boss. We're going to get into that. A Florida man, I don't know if he did this intentionally. I don't think he did. He seemed pretty normal about it. He pissed off the folks at the Scientology headquarters in Dirk's hometown of Clearwater, Florida. They've got a giant building there. It's huge fortress-like, several stories high building. If you've ever seen the HBO documentary Going Clear about how crazy this is, you must see this about Scientology. Oh, my God. When I was in Los Angeles for the kidney giveaway, there was a dude picked us up in an Uber. He was an Uber driver. I told the story back then. He's a Scientologist. And all the while, I just cannot get this documentary out of my head. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck? How can you be so twisted and brainwashed with these fucking criminals? My God. Cinnamon toast crunch. I can't say that. Cinnamon toast Crunch controversy. Have you seen this? There's a twist in this story. This one was fast moving. The milkshake duck is back, and it's involving the Cinnamon Toast Crunch viral story. Do you even know what the fuck I'm saying when I say milkshake duck? I think I'm getting this right. I'll have to look it up. But the concept behind milkshake duck is how your feelings change when you see a cute video or a meme of a duck drinking a milkshake. And then you find out in the next sentence that the duck is a racist. So you go from loving the duck to hating the duck. Okay? I'm doing that from memory. Let me see how I did. Milkshake duck definition. Milkshake duck internet meme describes people who gain viral popularity on social media for some positive or charming trait, but are later revealed to have distasteful histories or offensive behavior. The meme is a reference to a Twitter post on the 12th of June, 2016 by Ben Ward, an Australian cartoonist, using the online handle Pixelated Boat. His Twitter joke describes a fictional internet viral phenomenon of a lovely duck that drinks milkshakes and is subsequently discovered to be racist. There you go. Ward described the Twitter message as a pretty good joke, summing up a recent trend where popularity that comes via the internet can be quickly undone by the discovery of something troubling in a person's past. What was the last milkshake duck? God, I remember it had something to do with, it was a writer. Boy, these things just fade from my memory. It wasn't that long ago, the last milkshake duck we had. Who he was exposing something, and then a significant other, and then it was he exposed something, and then a writer ratted him out for being an asshole to a woman that he used to date, and some type of vendetta he had out against her. God, it's crazy how shit just fades from your memory. That's kind of like the idea that if you do something stupid, just lay low. People are going to forget about it. Like, I just forgot about it. And I haven't talked about it on this show. Okay. But this one is just ridiculous. So it involves Cinnamon Toast Crunch, that whole thing. It's like every single minute. And I'm actually glad that I'm getting onto the story late because the milkshake duck appeared late yesterday after everybody had already talked about it, minus the milkshake duck info on Cinnamon Toast Crunch dude who exposed all this shit inside of a box/bag of CTC. By the way, what do you rank that as cereal, Cinnamon Toast Crunch? I don't have it top 5. I might not even have it top 10. It's too much cinnamon. I'll eat it, but if there's a healthy choice list in front of me of different cereals, I'm going to favor those over the CTC. Cocoa Pebbles, Fruity Pebbles are all going to be chosen ahead of that. Cocoa Puffs, Crunch Berries, Frosted Flakes, big time. Frosted Mini Wheats. What I love about Frosted Mini Wheats, you get the idea that you're actually eating something healthy. Because, it's all that fiber in there. It's like, oh my God, this is so great. It's like the people who made that, Kellogg's or whoever, they had just regular fiber squares and they sold 0 of them. Imagine eating those biscuits with no blasted on painted sugar that they have on there, which that's what it is. I mean, if you think about it, it's really crazy how they put that shit on there. Friggin' love that. Okay, the ADHD today is at an all-time high. Loving that. And some ridiculously amazing celestial excitement today. And you guys can thank Dirk for this. Oh my gosh. Dirk has just been crushing it on the content that he's been sending me. And an email of the day, Amanda, our very own dildo salesperson, sales lady, Amanda, has an email of the day. Not a long one. You too can be email of the day just by sending one along, eric@ericzaneshow.com. All right. The live stream and the open of the Eric Zane Show podcast, Blue Frost IT. Thank you to Blue Frost IT for being on board with this show. 616-200-8550. Several ways that you can engage my friends at Blue Frost IT. If you're in the business world, okay, you might be moving the office. You might be looking for an entire new setup tech-wise for your office. Any one of those things. What you need to do is you need a complimentary consultation with Blue Frost IT, 616-200-8550, because, you know, that way you sit with a pro instead of you trying to like, oh, I think I just go buy this or I think I just go buy that. No. Because then when you put all that time and energy into it, you might not be buying the correct things. That's a problem, okay? And that's wasting your time and your money. So why don't you sit down with the pros and you can tell them, okay, well, this is what happens in our business. This is what we do to actually, and our day-to-day operations. And so all these things are going through Alan's head, and he's determining exactly what you need for your computer setup. When I purchased my computer that Adam built for me, I said, yeah, well, this is what I do with video. This is what I do with audio. And he goes, okay, great. And then he prices everything out, builds my computer for me, and then sets it up for me. That's what they do at Blue Frost IT. Now, in your workplace, you might have many more computers for different workstations, things like that, printers, networking, modems, everything, firewalls. This is all part of their service. Complimentary consultation from Blue Frost IT. For the home setting, you might need a solid-state hard drive. You might need managed IT service for your business. Back to the business. They do it all. 616-200-8550. Network drops. They can rewire all these amazing things that they do for you to make sure that things are up and running in a smooth, awesome way for you. 616-200-8550 for Blue Frost IT. Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid, and EV, the electric vehicle. Thanks to Irvine's for being on board with the show. I love them so much. If you are in West Michigan and you need a trusted source to repair your vehicles for something even as simple as an oil change, please call upon Irvine's. When you're getting ready to go out the door for spring break, it's probably a good idea to reach out to Irvine's to get your vehicle checked, make sure that it is in safe running order when you do make your trip. And of course, you're going to follow the rules when you're on that trip. You're going to mask up. You're going to be socially distant. Enjoy your time away. Please follow the rules. Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid. Kent County Health Department says, check them out. AccessKent.com/health for any information about the virus, which is spiking in Michigan. It's freaking getting bad again. Oh, fuck. Because you assholes keep going out to Melania's or whatever the fuck her name's Pizza Polish Emporium. That's why this is happening, you fucking dickheads. Okay, tangent. Kent County Health Department, AccessKent.com/health. Anything COVID related, you need to get a shot. You need to get a test. It's all there. Thank you, Kent County Health Department. All the Zaniacs love following the rules. They all agree with everything I say. I can't wait to see you guys over at Captain Bizarro's coming up on Saturday. We might have a packed house, man. Oh, my God. Masked up, of course. No, there's a lot of room, 4,000 square feet. So we'll all be in different corners cleaning, organizing Captain Bizarro's Treasure World on Leonard in Grand Rapids. If you want to go, just show up at 10 a.m. on Saturday. I'll be there helping Dude get his place set up. Tim is Captain Bizarro. And this helping hand we are offering him is helping him get back on his feet. His goal is to open a week from today to his store. This store, it says flea market on the sign. It's not. A flea market is like you walk in and all these different booths are set up with different merchants. That's a flea market. It was at one time like that. It's not anymore. It's you walk in, it's a nostalgia museum. A retail nostalgia museum is the word that I've used that I think he wants to incorporate in his marketing as he progresses. Tim's about 60 years old, and things just kind of got away from him off the rails. That's why the store kind of like stuff kept piling up, and it needs a makeover. It needs TLC. That's what we're offering. And seeing the joy and the smile light up this guy's face as we help him is so worth it. I love this guy so much. You know, he was exposed to the Zaniacs at first on Patreon. Him telling me, just talking to him, this really affable, friendly, chatty, nice individual. And then I said, hey, you know, the Zaniacs want to come help you. And I broke that news to him right there. He started to weep. Okay, he hasn't had a ton that's been great in his life. So all of a sudden, this big outpouring of support, he doesn't know what to think, man. It's like so great. So thank you very much for your help, folks. And I'll see you there, 10 a.m. at Captain Bizarro's on Saturday. Okay. This next story is a little bit tricky. I can't say that the joke you're about to hear from Buffalo Radio Guy, I'd probably make that joke. I probably would have. I don't know if I'd make it now. No, I wouldn't make it now. And if I did, I wouldn't do it the way he did it. But I'm just being honest with you. I would take shots like this from time to time. This is another perfect example of why radio probably isn't meant for your old pal Eric Zane. Because when I heard that, I tried to listen to this with an open mind about when you're in the room and when you're doing what you do, okay? And now, look, I'm going to just be perfectly honest with you here. If somebody hadn't made a stink about this, the radio station wouldn't have done anything. The program director would not have, if the program director was riding into work and he heard this radio guy make this comment, he wouldn't have said anything. He wouldn't have said shit. If the general manager was riding into work, they wouldn't have said anything. And if they did, they sure as shit wouldn't have made it public and suspended him for the comments. I promise you. There's no way. Okay? Especially on a rock station, people say crazy shit all the damn time. The only reason why this Cumulus radio station is doing this is because radio is reactive. There's no way in hell that they're going to actually like, oh, man, you said too much. We're going to suspend you now or fire you. The only reason why this guy got fired, and as of yesterday, he wasn't fired, but as of today, he is. Radio guy, people made a stink. And got pissed off. And in this day and age, it does not take much. All it takes is a couple people to talk about it, the instant nature of social media, and your career is over. All right? This is the clip that is in question. The hosts are talking about toast. This is so stupid. They're talking about how dark they like their toast. And the lead guy here, I think his real name is Rich Gansler, but he has another name. I think that's his stage name. I don't know. But he made the comparison of the toast, how done it is, to skin tone of women he likes.
I think it's probably a set.
What is your
what's the number?
You're setting. Hi, I'm attorney Kelly McCullum from Rubenstein.
I'm clearly fucking this shit up. Hang on a second.
Yeah.
What is your
what's the number?
You're setting,
I think it's probably a 7-ish, 6 to 7,
God.
probably 7.
All right, so that's it. No, there's plenty more. At this point, they're only talking about toast. I like 6 or 7 toast, which, why the fuck are they talking about that? I have no idea. It's typical radio shit where they just this sounds like when 24 seconds of audio. This sounds to me like rock radio hangout show. You know the type where there's like 8 million people hanging out, acting like it's a great conversation about something that's really not a great conversation. You know how done toast should be. That's a hangout show. That's what this is.
See, we have ours, and I may get into trouble for
like
this.
2 o'clock.
Okay, this is the dude. You heard him. He started going down the road, and then he said, I may get in trouble for this. You're right. You are going to get in trouble for this.
We have ours, and I may get into trouble for
like
this.
2 o'clock.
I have them to the attractiveness of women that I find to be attractive. So I will never go to a Serena Williams level, but I'm very comfortable with, like, I'm very comfortable at a Halle Berry level.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I need a little bit of mulatto still coming through. It can't be,
Not like, is Gail King that's not in your realm?
No, Gail King is not even on my toaster level. What is your
what number? What's the number?
You're
I think
setting
it's that. Oh no. Again, if the boss heard it, they wouldn't say shit. The only reason why the radio company is saying anything is because shit hit the fan. Marcel Louis Jacques he's a reporter. He reports for the Bills, Buffalo Bills, for ESPN. Didn't hear this live, but internet keeps receipts. At 97 Rock Buffalo morning host compared how they like their toast to black women's skin tone. So just in case y'all missed it too, take a listen. That's it. That is all you need. Dead man walking. Fuck. This guy is also the PA announcer for the Buffalo Sabres hockey team. They fired him first. This guy is dead. So, basically once you get it out there, you don't want to be you don't want to be associated with anybody like this. So that's it. You're canceled. And I will say this, dude, there's no place in today's world for this. You can't do it. And I'm not saying that. I mean, yes, it was a joke. I get it. But if you're not aware enough now, knowing what the playing field is, you're just not going to make it. That doesn't mean it's right. It doesn't mean it's wrong. I mean, yes, I know it's a joke, but if you're not smart enough to understand what field you're on and what the temperature of the world is, if you're not aware enough, you will not survive. So, I can't say, I think that's a joke, and I don't think that guy's a racist in any way, shape, or form, but I don't blame anybody for cutting ties with this stupid fuck. It's the way it has to be. Shit's changing. People think differently these days, and businesses and entities don't want to be associated with people making those comments. So it drives me crazy that a guy like Gansler, who's been around forever, can be so fucking stupid. That's a fucking stupid thing that you just did right there. I have made mistakes like this before. I have done this before, but it was years ago. I have made horrible comments on the radio, way worse than that. There was one time I was on the radio and I made a joke about black people in front of a fucking live audience. We were in Nashville, And I go, hey, where's the black guys? Everybody smile, which is not my joke. I ripped that off from somebody. I think Dice Clay had it or something like that. And Howard goes, dude, what the fuck are you doing? I go, what? He goes, we can't say that shit. And I was like oblivious. I'm like, what the fuck? What, huh? So another example of, yeah, radio has no place for your old pal Eric Zane. You cannot do this shit, okay? This is a horrible, horrible thing. The news is all over. This guy is dead meat.
A long-time Buffalo radio host has been fired and 2 others suspended tonight after a segment on 97 Rock's morning show that compared the skin tone of black women and the different shades of toast that they prefer. Good evening, I'm Scott Levin.
And I'm Mary Alice Demler.
Welcome to the podcasting world, Rich.
We are not airing the audio segment in order to not further share the offensive clip. But a post on social media
come on, play the damn thing,
containing the segment in question went viral this afternoon. This is what a spokesperson for Cumulus Media, the radio station's owner, said in a statement to Two on Your Side. Quote,
Quote, we, in order to keep in line with everything, we are firing this guy. By the way, our stock share price sucks.
Cumulus Media operates
terrible.
From a clearly defined set of programming principles, and there is no question that Rob Lederman's comments made on the Morning Bull Show are in direct violation of those principles. We swiftly terminated him and suspended the remainder of the show's on-air talent. We apologize and deeply regret the incident.
Can you imagine the red ass on Bob Walker? If anybody who's listening is in the radio industry, the red ass on Bob Walker, when the news came down about that, that's the only silver lining. Bob Walker had a bad day because that guy's a fucking asshole.
Now, in addition to that action by the radio station, Pagula Sports and Entertainment has also severed ties with 97 Rock co-host Rick Gensler as its in-arena host. Same for the University at Buffalo. And several sponsors have announced that they have
3 gigs. Boy, 3 gigs lost. Holy shit. That's a when I got fired for making fun of pants, by the way. Oh my God. Fuck. I lost the radio job and the basketball job. This guy lost 3 in one day.
Pulled their ads from the 97 Rock airways.
Okay. You see, there's a snake in the grass. When they pull the ads, when the money, radio doesn't even have any money.
And several sponsors have announced that they have pulled their ads from the 97 Rock airways. Well, in addition to that action by the radio station, Pagula Sports and Entertainment also severed its ties with Rich Gensler, as we just mentioned.
Yeah, you already said that.
Several sponsors announced that they have pulled their advertising as well.
Yeah, you already said that.
Well, the negative reaction to the comments have been fast and big. Lawmakers and advertisers are speaking out tonight, and many of you have contacted us to share your thoughts about those comments. With so many people upset by what they heard.
Yeah, it's getting a little thick here, okay? I mean, I get it. I mean, I understand you can't do this, but stupid radio guy says something dumb. I don't think the guy has a racist bone in his body. He's making a stupid joke. It is a racist joke. I don't think he's a racist. That is the thing, by the way. People make racist jokes and aren't racist. You might be like, how can that be? Yeah, it can be. It can be.
Dr. Rob Lederman today to ask him if he knew the hurt that he caused.
But you still can't do that.
He called me back and agreed to do a phone interview.
Okay, here we go.
What do you say to the people that listen to this now that weren't listening to it live and hear these statements?
I wish you knew me, and I wish that you were not judging me by an ignorant comment that I made in an attempt to be funny.
No. You see, hold on a second here. It doesn't matter if they know you or not, because that isn't part of the process. The part of the process is you're on the radio doing your thing. It's not the radio people. It's the listener doesn't have an obligation to go and get to know you. They don't have that luxury to get to know you to in order to get the full picture of Rich so-and-so. Okay. It's up to you to put yourself out there in a way that you want to be perceived. So if you go out there and you say something shitty like that, you better be ready to accept that. And So that's kind of bullshit. That always drives me crazy. He made his bed and took a big shit in it. Now you lay in it. You fucking did that, you know? So I don't have any sympathy for the guy. He should know better. That is, you can sit there and say, oh, it's bullshit that we can't say what we want. No, it's not. Not at all. If you're not smart enough in that industry to know what you can and can't do, and he knew what he was doing, because at the start of it, he said, oh, I'm going to get in trouble for this. Oh, but I can't help it because I'm a fucking radio guy. You're a fucking asshole.
That failed miserably.
So you did think you were going to get in trouble?
Not in trouble, but not.
That's what you said. Listen to him stammer through this. This guy's an idiot.
So you did think you were going to get in trouble?
Not in trouble, but not in trouble, but
he's thinking of something to say. He has no idea what he's talking about.
Think you were going to get in trouble?
Not in trouble, but not in trouble, but misunderstood, perhaps.
Oh, I'm going to be misunderstood for my racist joke. Yeah, just don't say a racist joke. Just don't say it. You've got a fucking brain. You got a filter. You've been doing this long enough. Just don't say a racist joke. If you're going to be on the radio, especially Cumulus, they're fucking uptight as shit. You fucking, you're rolling the dice, man.
And you can read more and hear a lot more about this story now on WGRZ.com.
All right, so he's out. Again, welcome to the world of podcasting, Rich Gansler. I still don't know what this guy's real name is. It says 97 Rock's Rob Letterman fired after racist comments on morning show. The Buffalo Sabres. All organizations across the Pagula Sports and Entertainment umbrella strongly condemn racism in all forms. We are deeply disturbed by the comments made this morning by a co-host on Rich Gansler's radio show. Yeah, who's who? I don't even know who the fuck is Gansler, the one who said it. They were unacceptable, inappropriate, and there's no place for them in our community. The Sabres and Bandits, I don't know who the Bandits are. Therefore, I've made the decision to terminate him from his duties as our in-arena host. Man, oh boy. So this has all happened since, let's see, when did I get this email from Dirk? Sometime in the afternoon. By the shit has rolled downhill so fast for this guy. Man. Very interesting. Send an email if you want, Eric at ericzaneshow.com on the Shoreliners Striping inbox. If you have anything you want to say about the show, you could be the email of the day, brought to you by Forever Lawn West Michigan, online at foreverlawn.com/WMI. Okay. Hold on a second here. I am not as prepared as I'd like to be. I'll get there. We'll get through this. Okay. This is how the whole story about the Cinnamon Toast Crunch with a twist at the end has unfolded for the world. As of yesterday, all we had to go on was just some guy who posted, hey, look at this. In my Cinnamon Toast Crunch are shrimp tails. Like if you were to eat some shrimp and then left over is the part you don't eat and you throw that away. There's a couple of shrimp tails that look like they fell in the batch. Like they've got sugar on them and they were cooked in with it. Okay? It's a dude by the name of Jensen Karp. I know, weird name. And he finds shrimp tails. Okay. That he bought at Costco. Upon sharing the horrifying discovery with the world discovered him and also learned that he's married to Danielle Fishel, who is Topanga from Boy Meets World. I think I said that right. And that he used to be a kid battle rapper who opened up for Ice-T back in the day. Part of the Rhyme Syndicate for you old school fans. That's all we needed to know. And then he shows, hey, there's more shit in here too. There's like little bits of black, which could be rat turds or mouse turds. I'm going to send these off to get tested. Everybody's like, oh my God, I can't believe this shit. Then he reached out to Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and Cinnamon Toast Crunch said, look, that's impossible. Send us what you got, and we'll send you a new box. He didn't like that. He's like, come on, man, there's got to be more than that. And he decided to take this a step further. So at this point, Jensen Karp is out there. You know, everybody's talking about this guy, Jensen Karp, who's got the blue check mark. I guess a few people know who this guy is. I'd never heard of him. General Mills, a company that produces the CTC, could have nipped this in the bud by being rightfully appalled by what could very well have been, could have led to a wrongful death lawsuit and taken immediate action. Instead, they said, nope, couldn't be us. Yeah, I don't know. I guess maybe somebody with a shrimp allergy could have been exposed to this and gotten sick. Cinnamon Toast Crunch says our team has closely examined the image. That appears to be an accumulation of the cinnamon sugar that sometimes can occur when ingredients aren't thoroughly blended. It's not even a shrimp tail. They're saying it's just a chunk of sugar. Well, that pissed off Jensen. And he said, bullshit, man. That is a shrimp tail. I know what a shrimp tail is. So then he dumped out the entire contents of the bag in front of him and found more stuff in there. Some of it was baked onto the squares, and some of it wasn't. It was little black bits. Who knows what it could have been? And something that appeared to be like another something with more sugar on it. So and then he found a string, what looked like a dental floss or something like that. So he's like, holy shit. So that led him down the road of, hey, I gotta run this ground ball out, you know? I was convinced to go back through the bag since when I first noticed the shrimp tails. I freaked out and closed the box. Here's all my findings, which now includes a weird little string. This is one of the packages, you know, Costco, where it's like a big box with 2 bags in it, you know? And then he also noticed that the other bag had been taped shut. Update. My wife had a stronger stomach than me and checked the other bag in the family pack. This one seems taped up and also appears to include, I don't even want to say it, dental floss. Jensen felt that General Mills wasn't doing the right thing by asking him to send all the stuff back. So that led him to, for the day, wanting to get more information about what was inside of there. My point is their initial reaction to shellfish being in the bag was to tell me it was sugar, not to investigate the issue or look into it. It's a deadly allergy to many and non-kosher, and it didn't seem to matter beyond offering me a new box. So he was like, you know, he's like Mr. Consumer Reporter here, and he's trying to look out for the world. So he actually was involved with some testing facilities who reached out to him and said, hey, we'll get involved, and we're going to test the black shit in there to see if it's actually feces. And then this article, according to delisted.com, writes, this saga really has everything. Beloved breakfast cereal with a jingle, a former child star with an iron stomach, a shrimp, corporate ineptitude, a CSI-style investigation, and ironically, rapper Ice-T. Jensen is also known as Hot Carl, who once opened up for Ice-T's Rhyme Syndicate at the age of 12. Hot Carl? There's another term for you to look up, along with Felch. But then, after all of that, somebody felt compelled to go down this road. Did this man put his mom in blackface? I'm going to have to move on from that and blame our poor lighting in an update from this morning. Jensen says he's, quote, waiting for the envelope he agreed on from General Mills to send them back pieces of pieces and some of a shrimp tail, and will refrain from posting about this bullshit all day. Again, the internet, not so much. Now he's being quiet because Brian wrote, folks, I feel compelled to share with you that Cinnamon Toast Shrimp Guy is a milkshake duck. A young lady by the name of Melissa Stetton takes this story and twists it now. Now, no one's concerned about the Cinnamon Toast Crunch. They're just looking at the fact that this guy is a crazy asshole. Because Melissa Stetton enters into this. She's a former college basketball player. Okay? And used to be his girlfriend. She says, what you may not know about the man behind the viral post on CTC. He's a manipulative, gaslighting, narcissistic ex-boyfriend who once told me he was surprised I hadn't killed myself because my life was so worthless. Hell hath no fury. Here she comes. The line, surprised I hadn't killed myself because my life was so worthless. That could be one of the most offensive things anyone has ever spoken in the English language. What a thing to say. Apparently, this guy was a real asshole to this Melissa Stetton. She adds that it's now a milkshake duck. Getting a lot of texts from girls still in therapy over his terror. At least we have this fun little club. So now all these women are coming out of the woodwork that hate this dude, who have been in a relationship with this crazy fucker. And they're now talking about how mentally abusive he is to anyone that's in a relationship with him. How crazy is it to think how much the internet and social media is affecting all of this shit I'm talking about today? Dude posts radio guy saying shitty stuff on the air. His life is fucking turned upside down. Cinnamon Toast Crunch guy goes completely viral. And everybody's like, oh, my God, we love Cinnamon Toast Crunch guy. He's a whistleblower. Oh, fuck Cinnamon Toast. He's a milkshake duck. Fuck him. Melissa Stetton adds, look, I'm no sweetheart. I've done and said some dumb things, dated problematic men, but to have so many women reach out with the same exact story confirms that what I dealt with wasn't because of me. It's a disturbing tactic he uses to control and demean women. Holy fuck. Shoo. Tons of people weighing in on this. This guy writes, oh my God, so sorry. Is Topanga aware? The chick from Boy Meets whatever, that show. And now people are going back and forth. You believe her just like that? I believe her. Why not? It sounds about right. I mean, why the fuck would somebody do this? He told a lot of people I was a compulsive liar because he didn't want them to believe all the shit that I said about him. So now all these people who hate these fuckers, this is how it works, are coming out of the woodwork and killing this guy. They're also suggesting that this guy may have done it on his own, that he's like a marketing guru, this dude who did it in the first place. There's that idea is being floated out there about this guy, that he might have done this all himself to get attention or some shit. I have no idea. Who knows? But my God, isn't it just nuts how these stories can suddenly get turned on their ear just like that? That, my friends, is the latest milkshake duck. I explained what that is earlier on the show. Look it up if you don't know. I would love to help your business. I hope I am never a milkshake duck. Eric Zane did this to me. Oh, fuck. Oh, God, shut up. No, I could never be a milkshake duck. I'm always too honest with you guys. I'm always out trying to get out in front of stupid shit I do. I would love to help you promote your business. You can be one of the many signs behind me. You can be featured on the podcast. Thousands of people each and every week get the Eric Zane Show podcast. And whether it doesn't matter where you are in the audience, doesn't matter where you are in the United States, I can help you. Just send me an email, eric@ericzaneshow.com, and I can tell you how it works. I'm blessed to be able to be part of the family of the Gift of Life Michigan. Gift of Life Michigan, you can get to my webpage, You go to ericzaneshow.com, click where it says Gift of Life Michigan, and that's where you go to learn about organ donation. Okay? It's real simple. My job as a media ambassador for Gift of Life Michigan is to help promote the idea that you cannot take this with you. And inside of our beautiful bodies, there is an opportunity to save 8 lives and vastly improve the lives of 75 people. Just one person. Their sweet eternal soul goes off to the pearly gates. And then, don't cry over my body because that's not me. That ain't me lying there. No, that ain't you. Okay, you're off. You're looking down at everybody mourning. Get all that shit out of there and give it away to somebody who needs it, man. That stuff is still viable. Livers, lungs, pancreas, intestines, heart, kidneys. It's all stuff that can be harvested from you, for God's sake. Sign up. Fill out the organ donor card. Gift of Life Michigan. You can get to the page by going to ericzaneshow.com. Please, please, please save lives, okay? You must do this. It's a very heroic, noble, selfless thing that you are doing by filling out your donor registration through Gift of Life Michigan. If you're not in Michigan, I get it. You can do this in whatever state you live in, okay? It's all about helping people. Okay. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty with Tag Accounting. Reach out to the Gins, Troy Ginzer at tagcpa.net, or call him 616-301-9516. I wonder if he's available. It's been a long time since I've talked to the tax accountant, the tax hobbit. I'd love to do this. Barbara might pick it up. Let's see. 9516. Let's get the Gins on here. Bring him in.
Tag Accounting, this is Barbara.
Hey, Barbara, this is Eric Zane. Is Troy in?
He is not. He's in Marshall today. Can I help you?
Oh, he is? Okay. No, that's okay. I just wanted to run something by him.
Okay.
Everything good there?
As good as it can be.
Okay. Are you guys stressed to the max? There's tons of people oh my God, you got to do my return.
That kind of thing.
Yeah, I get it. Okay. Thank you. God bless.
Yep. Take care.
Okay.
Bye.
See you. All right. The Gins is busy. He went to the Marshall office. Marshall, Michigan. That's nearby where he used to play basketball back in the day. All right. Well, that was a complete, utter failure. Anyway, call him. Say hi. 616-301-9516. Reach out and say, Barbara will pick it up. Say, Eric Zane sent me to get my taxes done. Okay? That's all you got to do. Talk to Barbara, and she'll set you up. If you're thinking about pistol training, 616-204-1705. Clarification. Bleeding Heart Brian is not anti-Second Amendment. He is all about the Second Amendment. Because I was talking about this yesterday when we were talking about gun control. Brian writes this: I don't think it's one law that fixes this. It's several laws investing in mental health, universal laws, so it's not easier to obtain a firearm in one state or community than another. I want my kids and grandchildren to be able to grow without worrying whether or not they can throw a rock or a canned good at an active shooter. Yes, that is something my children practice at in active shooter drills at school. Well, they should. And then he said, well done on the gun topic, a very respectable and reasonable approach. He adds, additionally, I'd like to ask, where is the good guy with a gun when these tragedies happen? Yeah, no shit. If more people would have fucking pistols on them, which I floated this idea yesterday, it's not that crazy. If we'd all carry fucking handguns, if the respectable people carried pistols, no, this would not fucking happen. Then the bad guys know that everybody's got a piece on them and they're fucking dead. Nobody in that store had a piece. I know you're like, well, wait, we can't solve the problem with more guns. The fuck we can't. That's the argument. Only thing to stop a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. Where the fuck are they? Could it be they're taking cover? No, I doubt it. Typically, pistol owners are sheepdogs because they aren't certain where the gunshots are coming from. Any responsible gun owner knows you don't fire your weapon unless you are certain what your target is. That is true. I'd also like to know what number of people would have to die in one singular tragedy for anyone to say, human life is just more important than my gun. Or do we value guns more than life in the U.S.? We will never stop all acts of violence against life, no matter what laws are in place. But that does not mean we can't go to extraordinary lengths to protect lives against violence. The U.S. sees far more acts of gun violence, and yes, it is gun violence, than any other civilized nation. And for the record, I'm not opposed to the Second Amendment. Yeah, I struggle with the term gun violence because the fucking bad guy is the violent guy pulling the trigger. The gun doesn't kill the people. The fucking crazy asshole behind it kills the people. So, I'm in a weird spot too, where I try and I'm like, not going to say, you do this, you do that, you do this, you do that. But from my own personal standpoint, I am not, I don't have an answer. Like I said yesterday, I don't have, okay, this is what you do. This is what you do. This is what you do. But I do ask the question. I do wonder what the world would be like if the bad guys, the crazy people, knew that the good guys were armed to the teeth. Think about that. I mean, if you're going to float the idea of taking it away, you also must think about the other idea and then figure something out. You can't just go, well, we're going to take it away or we're going to give more. There's got to be something in the middle there, okay? In my opinion, not enough good guys have guns, but that's just me. Regardless, for you non-crazy people who want to take the appropriate steps to carry a pistol, like your old pal Eric Zane does, the first thing you need to do is not buy the pistol, dum-dum. It's take the class. From retired U.S. Army Major Steve Prince, 616-204-1705, princearming.com. You can also get to his Facebook page by clicking on his logo at ericzaneshow.com. Click on events on the Facebook page, or it's at princearming.com. You see the next one's coming up. It's going to be 8 hours of your time. It's either broken up over 2 days or 1 day on the weekend. If you're in West Michigan, this is what you do. princearming.com. Once you get that certification, you take it in your hot little sweaty hands. By the way, it's going to cost you $110 for the class. Take it to your county, and then you say, I passed. I took the test. I passed after I did the classwork. Class says you're going to watch a video. It's going to be Q&A. There's going to be range time. You're going to take the test. You're going to pass it. You take that to your county, apply for your pistol license. They're going to fingerprint you. This is all in Michigan. This is how it works in Michigan. They're going to do a background check, thorough background check on you. They're going to see if you're crazy. If you're crazy, they're going to send you a letter that says, fuck you. If you're not crazy, your license will show up. You put it in your wallet, and then you carry your gun, get a good holster so it's nice and comfortable, and carry that fucker everywhere you go. I keep mine on me in the house. I don't like waving my pistol around in the camera, but, people are like, well, why? Hey, why do you do that? I go, dude, do you realize that for a living, I look into a camera and tell people to go fuck themselves? Do you realize I do that? Yeah. You know what happens? Sometimes people get pissed off. And the last thing I want to do is say something and have it hit the ears of some crazy guy, and he decides he wants to do a home invasion on me. So, yeah, I carry that damn thing around me. They're all over the house, too, in great hiding spots. All right. Where am I? Okay. What would you do if your last paycheck was in pennies? Check this out.
Fayetteville, a man says he woke up to a pile of pennies in his driveway. Not just a few, but tens of thousands of them.
Yeah, the pile amounts to about $900. As Fox 5's Janice Yu reports tonight, it was the amount he was expecting from his former employer.
Imagine coming out to your driveway and finding a large pile of pennies, not just pennies, but pennies covered in some kind of an oil or grease. Andreas Flatten says that's what he found here on his driveway. And he says he doesn't understand why his former boss would go through the trouble to do something like this.
Now, wait a minute. Now, there's something that they're keeping away from you. Pile of pennies with a note that said, fuck you. I'm not making it up. Here's your paycheck. Note, fuck you. And I'll let this play, and if they skip any of the details, I'll come back.
This is not the contents of a years-old piggy bank that has been dumped out.
This is my final paycheck, $915 in pennies.
It's the amount Andreas Flauten was owed after leaving his job at a local auto repair shop called A.OK. Walker Auto Works back in November of last year.
It sucks. It absolutely sucks. It's definitely, I wouldn't wish this upon anybody.
He says after months of waiting for a paycheck and even contacting the Department of Labor, he got what he wanted, just not the way he imagined. His paycheck in the form of over 90,000 pennies covered in some kind of grease or oil.
If I've done my math correctly, 91,515 pennies should come out to be about 2.5 grams each. So it's about 504 pounds.
They now sit in a wheelbarrow inside his garage in his Fayetteville home, the weight too heavy for its wheels. Flauten says
seriously, though, it was the tires were flat. It was so much weight.
New routine is to now sit here at night and clean them off one by one.
I think that's going to be a lot of work for money I've already worked for. It's going to be hours upon hours of just trying to clean this money up just so it's even able to be spent. It's definitely not fair at all.
I did talk to the owner of the auto repair shop, and he tells me he paid Flauten in U.S. currency, and he doesn't want anything to do with this story. In Fayetteville, Janice Yu, Fox 5 News.
Okay, so was this guy a total asshole, do you think? Who had this happen to him? Is this an asshole of the day award nominee for this guy? So, it's so pathetic to see this guy. He's sitting on a bucket in his garage with paper towel, wiping one penny off at a time. You heard it. It would go plink into the... Oh, fuck. My gosh. All right, we got to call this guy. And I am struggling to find this guy. A.OK. Auto Works. If anybody can look for the phone number, I'm struggling to find it. I don't know why. A.OK. Auto Works, Fayetteville. Or was this guy just a terrible employee? Because as it seems, the guy, he just maybe he just quit the job, and for the life of me, who knows why they wouldn't give the guy his paycheck? But this poor guy gets you won't believe, if you can imagine the biggest, deepest wheelbarrow you can find, full of pennies, is how they gave this guy his last paycheck. Holy shit. All right, I don't see anything. I think that these guys at AOK, I think the website is aokwalker.com. And there's a contact page, but there's no number that shows up. And if you click contact us, there's nothing there. So I'm definitely on the struggle bus about finding this place. A.OK. Auto Works. God, they're hard to find. Aha. So we get this going. 770. This probably isn't going to work out well.
Your call has been forwarded
of course. Shit.
The mailbox belonging to
Miles Walker
is full. Please hang up.
Oh, fuck. Well, that guy's screwed. Now, in order for him to get his paycheck, he's got to clean every penny. It takes him hours. All right, in my opinion, the guy who owns the shop is nominee for asshole of the day. All right, Scientology, Clearwater, Florida. Hey, this is Dirk from Clearwater, Florida. I'm not slapping the bass. I'm listening to the Eric Zane Show podcast. Hey, this is Dirk from Clearwater, Florida. I'm not slapping the bass. Where is it? Hey, this is Dirk from Clearwater, Florida. I'm not slapping a bass.
Hey, this is Dirk from Clearwater, Florida. When I'm not slapping a bass, I'm listening to the Eric Zane Show podcast.
I'm listening to the Eric Zane Show. There we go. This guy in Clearwater, Florida is doing a tour of they have a tour of like around the area of Clearwater where the Scientology headquarters is, okay? And those people are fucking crazy, like I indicated in the intro. If you've ever seen Going Clear or listen to anything by Leah Remini, or how do you say her name? Is that her name? He's fucking insane. He leads a tour where you like have a group of people. I think it's called a Clearwater Cult Tour or something like that. And the Scientology people hate the fact that this guy has the Clearwater Cult Tour. Well, he fucked up the cameras on the Scientology building. That place is like a fortress, okay? And it's got cameras everywhere, armed guards. You can't even go near the place without them, seeing you or doing anything. The guy leading the cult tour has a laser pointer, and he caused a real problem for the Scientology folks, and this guy got in trouble. Check it out.
A Clearwater man is facing charges after police say he damaged several surveillance cameras owned by the Church of Scientology. 76-year-old Bob Harris was arrested yesterday on criminal mischief charges. He tells Fox 13 he was part of a tour in downtown Clearwater called the Cult City Tour. And during that tour, he admits to pointing a laser pointer at several of those surveillance cameras, like the ones you see right there. Well, apparently the laser left dead spots on some of those cameras. Harris says, though, he had no idea he was damaging them until police showed up at his house yesterday.
And I was told that the Church of Scientology is very angry.
Nice pipes.
And that they're going to press charges. And she showed me the videos of me, and my laser, and also walking downtown and walking to my car. I mean, they have the entire downtown surveilled, so, can't hide. It was me.
It was me.
I did it. Yeah.
Harris says he's willing to pay for the damage he did to the cameras and write a public apology to the church. But so far, the church hasn't responded to his offer.
Of course
not. Fox 13 did reach out to the Church of Scientology for comment, and we haven't heard back so far.
What a weird thing. It's because they're crazy. Everything's a problem with those people. They're so weird. They won't even let this guy. Like he says, I was using the laser pointer, but I wasn't trying to destroy the cameras, and I believe him. He's being transparent about it. And then he says, I will repair the damage I did, and I will do a public apology for doing it. I mean, what more can you ask for, right? And when the cops came, he goes, well, I didn't even know I did it. Yeah, I used a laser pointer, but I didn't know I damaged. So the Scientologists, of course, going to be assholes about it. And they're probably going to try to get this guy killed, maybe throw a Molotov cocktail through the window of the place. I'm probably next after they take care of him. They are batshit crazy. Unbelievable. All right, well, fuck them. Okay. Coming up, the email of the day from Amanda. It's more like a text of the day. But before that, Celestial Excitement brought to you by, if you're in West Michigan and you see Little Debbie snacks, they're distributed by MB Distributing. Okay? Mike Ball, MB. Get it? Which, by the way, he sponsors Instagram Instant Trivia, which I completely forgot yesterday, and I will do tonight at 7 p.m. on Instagram. A chance for you to win a crisp, new $10 bill. But I would love very much if you would give me a shout on my Patreon. We do a lot of fun things on the free podcast each and every day. It continues on Patreon. It is supported 100% by you, the audience. It's like public podcasting, okay? There are no ads that I do on it, and the reason why it's set up to be only driven by you and, well, what you do for me behind that big, beautiful paywall. Patreon has allowed me to carve out my own spot here on the podcast and be able to devote my time to this as it is a regular job. So if you think that what I'm doing is worth your time and you like the content, try me out on Patreon. There's a lot of things I do on there that I do not do on the free podcast. Usually, if there's something really important that I'm supposed to keep quiet, the Patreon folks find out about it first. They knew about the Kidney Queen well before anybody else did on the free podcast. The only thing I won't tell is the story about the NFK, because Diana said there's no way in hell you're going to tell that damn story. But anyway, patreon.com/Eric Zane. 5 shows. You got the daily Patreon bonus. You got the Lost Zane recordings. You got Smarter Than a Former Drug Dealer trivia. You got the Insane Asylum and the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast. That's a ton of material. $5 or $10 a month. You don't like it? Cancel it. And then it does not renew at the end of the month, but you will get that month because you paid for it. If you like it, either let it ride or convert it to a yearly, and I'll save you 10%. Patreon.com. That's patreon.com/Eric Zane. Thank you. The car dealer of choice is Sarah Honda Granville. Thank you to Thad Bond for renewing it for another quarter on the Eric Zane Show podcast. If you are in the market for a vehicle, I just want you to go and check out the selection of cars, either in person or online at sarahhondagranville.com. New, certified pre-owned, used, they've got it all. With Madison, she's like, well, I only have a few $1,000, Dad. What do? I go to Sarah Honda. They're going to find a great running car that's going to run forever. And sure enough, she found in 07, or maybe it was an 08 Accord, high miles. But man, think about an Accord or any Honda car. You can get it with 150,000 miles, and you can pretty much count on another 150,000 miles. Okay? I'm a big fan of paying cash for cars and driving them till the wheels fall off. Big fan. No car payment, pay cash, drive that thing into the ground, take care of it, keep it up, keep it running well, do all your maintenance, drive it to the ground till the wheels fall off. So whether you're buying it cash, whether you're buying it a budget car, whether you're buying it brand new, whether you're buying it certified pre-owned, think about my friends at Sarah Honda Granville. If you're not into paying cash for cars, well, of course, you can get that damn thing financed the American way. A&E Heating and Cooling reminds you that furnace and air conditioners do need to be checked. They need to be cleaned. They need service. A&E Heating and Cooling, the legend, the one and only Joe Martinez, the creator of Forbidden Spanish. Do we need an update on Forbidden Spanish?
No más butthole para ti.
That's Spanglish. That's not. This is how you say no more butthole for you.
No más butthole para ti.
No más butthole para ti is not correct. You said it wrong, lady. Joe Martinez says it like this.
Ya no te voy a dar mis nalgas.
That is the correct way to say no more butthole for you. Okay?
Vete a la chingada, cabrón.
That is Spanish for go fuck yourself.
Vete a la chingada, cabrón.
Practice that.
Vete a la chingada, cabrón.
And then the mother, tu madre es una puta.
Tu madre es una puta.
Your mother's a whore.
Lame mi palo con tu culo.
Thank you, Joe Martinez.
Comes chingo de cagada.
Oh, that's terrible.
Come mis nalgas cuando yo estoy cagando, cabrón.
Joe Martinez, A&E Heating and Cooling, 616-516-8579. All right. Some of you right now are going to be bored, disgusted that I'm talking about celestial excitement. And for those of you that think that and judge me for being so into this, I want to kick your ass because it bothers me that you guys are not into this. It's like, how can you not be? And it all is about big picture. It's all about we are not alone. There is no way we cannot be. If this planet and all of the things around us in this solar system were created the same way as all of the other things that are in our galaxy and our universe and the universe, the probability that there are other life forms thinking about the exact same thing as more life out there is extremely high. Extremely high. How in the world were these things created? Now, I am a hand of God / science guy. I, of course, believe in God and Jesus, my personal savior, as you know. But what we have learned about the creation of the universe, I do think God had a hand in it. But I think that what you're looking at there, still the scientific elements of, okay, gases, particles, coalesce together, become balls of whatever, and then pack tighter and tighter together, making planets composed of solid cores with gas around them, or a rocky planet like the Earth, Mars, Venus, because, of course, the 4 rocky planets, they are Mars, Venus, Earth. Wait a minute. Venus, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars are the rocky planets. The rest of them are gas, okay? Pluto's a planetoid. Okay, they're all made the same way. Okay, things just kind of get together, and then when solar systems form and galaxies form, there's shit flying around. There's impacts from other planets crashing into each other. Comets with water on them make water all over the planet, and oh my God, the shit that goes down. Next thing you know, you got a primordial soup. Very teeny tiny life forms evolve, and over time, millions and millions of years, voila, you've got you and me. Okay, it's all theory, of course, but the idea that the vastness and how big it is just too much to even fathom, and not wonder about the possibility of life elsewhere. Right? Okay, that's what we're talking about here. Our Milky Way galaxy, our galaxy, is 100 million light years across. One galaxy. And there's billions of galaxies. This one, we're only talking about this galaxy here. Forget all the other discussion. If you can travel at the speed of light, you know, like when Superman goes flying, or, you see him just, it's a streak. Let's just say that that's the speed of light. And I don't even know what the speed of light is. It's super fast, which we can't. Go. You're traveling at the speed of light. I'm going to get anywhere fast. It's going to take you 100 million years at that speed to get to the other side of our galaxy. 100 million years at the speed of light. So what that means is, if a star explodes on one side of the galaxy, the energy from that explosion is not going to be seen for 100 million years on the other side of the galaxy. Yeah. Okay. A photographer by the name of J.P. how do you say this? Metsaveno. All right, you know what? I think I need to do screen share on this, so that you can process this in the same way that I am. This is like my new favorite thing to do, screen share. Okay. This is a dude's name. J.P. Metsaveno. All right. For 12 years, he took images from, this guy is such a nerd. He lives near the Arctic, I believe, like 90 miles away from the Arctic. For 12, and he has his own observatory. He's got a home observatory. So rich bastard, all the money in the world, nothing to do with his time, but open up his little observatory with his super awesome telescope and cameras and take pictures of our galaxy. Now, if you're looking right here, now for those of you listening to the audio podcast, when you listen back to this, you can't see shit. You don't know what the fuck this is. You can go to the link in the comments and you'll be able to see it yourself. All of what you see here in this circle with the black outline, that's our Milky Way. And all these lines here and shit like that, these are all different constellations. Here's the Little Dipper right here. Okay. And Let's see if I can zoom in. I don't think I can. But anyway, Taurus, all this shit, Sagittarius. The images that this guy took are in this rectangle right here. That's the amount of area that he took. Okay, and he took his time with just his home setup and Photoshop, and he stitched the images together to make this photograph 12 years in the making that actually shows the ghost, as it says, of three. It says of a supernova, but it's actually three supernovas. So what he was able to do is the supernovas, when they explode to make black holes, okay, when the stars explode, there's a shock wave that goes around, and they call those the ghosts of the supernova. All right? So when that happens, it's really, really tough to see, but he took his time doing it and was able to actually get the shock wave of the fucking supernovas. You must see this. It's a mosaic image of the galaxy that stretches from Taurus, I should say, a constellation which is 2,200 light years from Earth, to Cygnus. So that's the space that he covers. This mosaic captures 20 million stars, the entire Milky Way galaxy. Remember, 100 million light years across. The entire Milky Way has hundreds of billions of stars in it. And each one of those stars has planets all around it. So think about the odds. There's got to be someone on one of those things going, there's got to be some guy just like you and me doing our thing, wondering if there's anybody out there. That is so awesome. Now, I'm going to show you another picture here. Hang on. I love this so much. This is part of the image right here, where it says supernova remnant W63. And it's tough to spot, but this is a better idea. See right here? You see this blue around here? This is all shockwave of a star that exploded. My God, nebula, gases, all this crazy shit. This is another nebula here. This is called the California Nebula. It resembles, I guess, this brightly colored stuff as the state of California, so they call it the California Nebula. How cool is this shit? Holy fuck. So this dude gets this picture. This is what you do when you are rich as shit, a nerd with all the time in the world. You build your own observatory, and you spend 12 years taking pictures of the stars, masturbating, and eating Hot Pockets. That's what this guy did for the past however long to concoct this thing. My God, is that incredible. Kenny writes, it is remarkable, and I do find it interesting, but I just love how into all of this he gets. Oh, you're not kidding, man. I love it. Stevie says, Zaniac road trip to Veen Observatory this summer. I don't know what that is, but it sounds great. Jimmy says, Eric, you need to buy a telescope. I have one. It's beginner. It's not good enough. Kenny says, I can only think about that one guy that says, this is special. That was the train guy. Jason says, if you believe in a God powerful enough to speak everything into existence, then why is it hard to believe it was done instantaneously approximately only 10,000 years ago? Oh, I guess I do. I don't know. Maybe. Okay, what else? Speed of light, 186,282 miles per second. Chris seconds that. Tio uses a metric system. Tyler says, I yelled to Madre Zuna Puta at an A&E van yesterday driving home. LOL. There's only two. By the way, before Joe started marketing, he only had one van. Now he has two. All right. Veen Observatory in Lowell, Michigan. Okay. Where are we? Oh, nominees for Asshole of the Day. Who's it going to be today? I've got Radio Guy. I've got Cinnamon Toast Crunch Asshole. guy who gave all the pennies to his former employee's last paycheck, the Scientologist for being butthurt about an accident. That's all I can think of as potential assholes of the day. Brought to you by, of course, TC Paintball and JM Synthetics. Yesterday on the Patreon, we were talking about how some research physician at Mount Sinai University in New York suggested that because of phthalates, which is, I believe, a compound or something like that found in plastics, that more and more men and women are having to experience smaller genitals and reduced fertility. So guys have smaller penises. Women, I guess, would I say smaller vaginas? Some of you zaniacs, you're like, oh my God, sign me up for that. I need a smaller one. Or even deformities of their privates. And then the reduced sperm count. This lady theorizes that in 2045, there will be very few men who have fertility, that actually have no sperm in there. It just comes out clear, just oh God, nothing. Amanda, our very own dildo sales professional, writes this. That article about, I think I say phthalates. It's spelled P-T-H-A-L-A-T-E-S, phthalates, was completely true. Phthalates are used to make plastic dildos as well. Commercial for her. She says, Pure Romance does not have any phthalates in their products. I imagine if you used like a dildo with phthalates, if you're a lady with a large vagina, this might help you if it would shrink it up. I mean, it's kind of like you can use the one with the big fist on the end of it, and then it would actually shrink. So maybe this is a thing that you might want, Amanda. I don't know. I'm just saying. I mean, if they shrink it up, I can't condone that. It also deforms it. It's going to look all weird. It's going to look like a burnt lasagna. They don't have any phthalates in their products, so don't buy your shit on Amazon or Wish or anywhere but me, she writes. I think she just means don't buy it anywhere but from her. She says no phthalates in her shit. I wrote, no kidding. She wrote, totally. We learned that 3 years ago, so that article doesn't surprise me at all. Phthalates are causing cancer. So, ladies and gentlemen, we can trust that Amanda's vagina is cancer-free. There is no cancer in her vagina, and we can all rest easy knowing that her vagina is cancer-free and phthalate-free. So thank God. And it is not malformed. So I want you all to picture her vagina at this moment without cancer and looking very normal and healthy. So congratulations, Amanda. You've won the email of the day. And if I had an award for a healthy vagina, I'd give it to you. Congratulations on the healthy, happy, vibrant set of genitals that you have. And if you think you have healthy genitals, you can be the Eric Zane Show podcast Healthiest Genitals of the Day Award. And we can get that sponsored too. So send along photos of your genitals to Rick at tcpaintball.com. All right. I need nominees for Asshole of the Day. Asshole of the Day, David Miscavige. That's the guy who runs the frickin' Scientologist. Maybe an honorable mention. Rick says trimmed, please. If you're going to send pictures of your privates and send it to Rick, he was requesting that they be trimmed. What? You don't like a big clump of hair there? Come on, Rick. AOTD Scientology cult. Really? You guys think it shouldn't be Penny Boss or Cinnamon Toast Crunch Milkshake Duck or Radio Guy? All right. Keep sending them along. Raise your virtual hand on the live stream. I got to take care of one more bit of business. First of all, don't forget about me on Cameo. I like to remind you of these things. If somebody has a birthday coming up, somebody who likes the show, even if someone doesn't know me, I'll still do a great cameo for them. Putting your message across. Jeez, I sound like an idiot. Cameo.com/Eric Zane on that platform. Or if your pals need a roast, I love roasting people on Cameo. So much fun. I can be as polite and mean as you want me to be. So I have people to say, hey, no obscenities. I want this clean. It happens all the time. I can do whatever you want me to do. You are the boss. For this $15 is very, very affordable price. Makes a great gift. Either standalone gift or add it to whatever it is. Mother's Day is coming up. That is not far away. I want you to keep that in mind. I want to be doing plenty of cameos for Mother's Day. The Mother's Day ones, if I recall, are usually fairly nice and sweet. I can't recall ever doing one where I was mean to your mother, but I can put on that happy face and be super sweet to your mother for Mother's Day. So keep that in mind. Cameo.com/Eric Zane. The best way for you to book it is on your desktop. You can use the Cameo app. The worst way to do it is to do it any other way than that. On the, I guess you can do it on the Apple app or whatever. I don't know. I've never hired anybody on it, but of the $15 that I charge, if you go through the Apple app, I end up getting like $8. It's a real shit show. If you do it through the desktop, it's the best way. Get a workout in at F45 in Byron Center, Michigan. Online at F45training.com/Byron Center. Check them out if you're in and around there. Even if you have to drive a little ways, you're going to love the workout. Try it for free, okay? It might be worth the trip for you, okay? So if you go there for a week and you do all the workouts, you get to know some of the friendly faces that are there. You're in your nice little box that they call it, or a tile, I guess, where you have your own personal weight equipment, which is cleaned after each and every class. That happens. They happen all different times of the day and the weekend. F45training.com/Byron Center. All right. Thanks again also to the mortgage pros at the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. Does not matter where you are in the USA. This is who you need to reach out to about a mortgage. Okay? Mario can service your mortgage from no matter where you are. If your credit is great, if the credit is poor, he wants all of you to reach out. Okay? If you go to my website, ericzaneshow.com, click on the emerald green logo that says Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage, NMLS 3035. That gets you more information as well. You can contact them through the site or just call them 231-332-6505. And then, of course, my pals over at BK Guns and Stuff. Supposedly, I am supposed to go over there and shoot a 50 caliber. 50 caliber? Something big. Hold on a second here. Let me see if I can see this. BK Guns and Stuff. Yeah, shit. They used to have a video up there of this enormous gun. BK Guns and Stuff. And look at them. Hey, you guys will love this. Merry Christmas. This is back in December. Merry Christmas from the BK Guns and Stuff family. Check this out. Hold on a second here. Oh, I'm screwing this up again. All right. This is what I want. Look what they did. You patriots are going to love this. You see that? The Statue of Liberty is got a slingshot in her arms, and the slingshot has a COVID mask with Joe Biden in the mask. So Joe Biden's getting shot by the COVID slingshot. Ah! All right, maybe they're not the brightest sometimes. Okay, that's what it is. Home of the single shot 45 BM. I have no idea what that is. Apparently that's big. So I'm supposed to shoot that in some stupid video. It'll be great. Thank you, BK Guns and Stuff. Wear your mask, jackasses. 616-902-2447, 616-902-2447. Servicing weaponry from anywhere in the United States. Get your guns repaired at BK Guns and Stuff. Okay. I don't know what that means, Adam. Okay. Jason Schaefer writes, check out Louis Giglio's indescribable movie or anything by Answers in Genesis for a spiritual take on celestial excitement. Sounds good. I can't wait. Sounds like something I'd like. Isn't that the guy? He wrote a book, I think, called The Comeback, which I never did read. After I got fired from Free Beer and Hot Wings, I had a friend of mine who's really spiritual, Jeff Joush. He goes, hey, man, read this book. And I'm like, okay, yeah, great. I never read it. Jason says, you've been saying that for over a year. Are you talking about the video with BK? Yeah, I know, but it ain't my fault. I've reached out to them about 100 times, and they're like, we don't have time. We don't have time. We don't have time. It's not my fault. I swear to God, if that's what you're talking about. I think you're talking about that. All right. Who the hell is going to be our asshole of the day? Getting a lot of Scientology nominations. The Scientologists for being butthurt bitches. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of that. Radio guy for sure, says Chris. I want it to be radio guy. Let's see here. I do have the final say on this, of course. Cinnamon Toast Crunch guy. No, I'm not going to go. He's out. I'm not going to do him. Last paycheck pennies. That's a real asshole-ish move, but maybe the employee was a jackass. I don't know. I don't have enough information there. Maybe he deserved it. Scientology guy, that would more like be a Lifetime Achievement Award. Or radio guy. Radio guy or Scientology. The asshole of the day is, of course, brought to you by JM Synthetics and TC Paintball. They combined to bring you this. Wonder Twin Powers. You know, I bet you're thinking that I'm going to say radio or Scientology. No, it's a radio guy. The radio guy's a total asshole of the day for fucking everything up for everybody. Way to go, you idiot. How can you not know? Well, you did know. You're like, oh yeah, I'm going to get in trouble for this. You fucking idiot. Now, I'm sure there's a lot of good people at the radio station, a lot of good people in that company, who, you know, you fucked everything up for them. So you deserve that. You deserve everything you get. You idiot. Good luck starting a podcast. That's what you're going to be doing from now on. Kenny says, how can you do that? Too many similarities to you. Erase that. Well, the similarities there are that I got fired and lost the basketball job. But that's it. How could that's, I mean, I had nothing to do. I didn't do anything racist on the radio, so no. Well, and I've said before that I made my own bed. I've never shied away from that. So I guess at the time I could have earned asshole of the day, but I still think that I was given more of a lifetime achievement than the isolated incident, because my isolated incident wasn't anything that was that terrible. Yeah, Scientology cult is the real asshole of the day, but that really isn't the focus of the story. The focus of the story was the guy with the laser. So it doesn't quite work for asshole of the day here. It's got to be, you know what I mean? It's got to flow. You know, I mean, because if that were the case, we could just say Adolf Hitler every day is the asshole of the day. Again, you see, the problem with Kenny is Kenny loves to try to dictate what happens on the show. He was trying that on the Patreon yesterday. He was like, I'm going to add Kenny to asshole of the day, by the way. Kenny's goal is to try to make this the Kenny podcast. It's the Kenny cast. So because you're trying to tell me who the asshole of the day should be no, it's not a democracy, you fucking boner. It's my show. You're, in fact, yeah, Kenny is asshole of the. Wait a minute. I'm changing it. Radio guy is no longer asshole of the day. It's Kenny. Because Kenny tried to take over the show again. Kenny is the asshole of the day for trying to tell everybody how to do shit. Hey, talk about this. Shut up in the comments. Show me your titties. Asshole of the day should be what I'm doing. Give me attention. Shut up. And he says, what the fuck does he ask us for? Well, when I ask you, you asshole, it's over shit that has to do with what I'm talking about. Okay? You can't give Scientology an asshole of the day for doing what they do when that has really nothing to do with the story. What the story has to do with is them being butthurt, you know? It's not, you're fucking up the whole premise of the bit, you know? And then you're like, no way. So now Kenny's the asshole of the day. That's it. That's how it goes. You should like that. This is something you wanted. You tried to get it. This is all part of your plan. It says, so veto the majority of the nominations. Yeah, it's still my show, you fucking idiot. I'm still fucking the man. All right, I love you guys. Thanks a bunch. Podcast is done. And I'll see you on the Patreon, where Kenny's going to try to tell everybody what I'm supposed to be talking about. See you around. Bye-bye.